Hey guys, what's up? This is Maeglin, and here I have a 3 versus 3 match in run, of course. It was played some time ago, but I do remember that I was playing with the EOL team. The EOL clan is of course 106 or maybe 107 or 108 players mostly. They don't play other versions, but this time they did an exception, and of course they did play a 1-0-0 match. This is a 1-0-0 match, and as you can see here I am Mordor. And in the middle we've got Eol Ecthelion, probably the most experienced of the Eol clan. He is Mordor as well. And on the top side of the right corner of Ran, we've got Eol Scorpion, of course another very experienced player. He is men. But point is here that we are up against very experienced players in 1.0.0 version. You can see here on the bottom Iluvatar is elves, and in the middle we've got I'm not sure who this guy is. I think it is Eomer. And on the top left side we've got Necromancer. So we were up against Eomer, Necromancer and Iluvatar. Of course the other team, our opponents, are very experienced regarding 1.0.0, and this is why I thought that this game wouldn't last long, since those guys, the EOL clan, might be very experienced in 1.0.6, but 1.0.0 is a totally different game, and of course it requires very good knowledge of how strong your army is and how strong the buildings, your opponent buildings are. Stuff that the EOL clan, of course, is not, like I told you, very good on this version. So you can see Ecthelion did start with Moss and an Nazgul, of course a nice way to play in 1.0.0, but maybe it would have been better to play with Felbeast. But since our opponents are two elves, of course I chose myself to play with Moss and Nazgul. And you can see Ecthelion is playing very aggressively. He's already attacking his opponent's farms. And Scorpion here did play with a mixed army of cavalry units and infantry units.
Death is approaching.
He has King Theoden, but he hasn't yet used him on his horse. He hasn't mounted, he just did it now. He is continuing to make some Gondor soldiers. I'm not sure why, probably because Gondor soldiers are very strong in version 1.0.6. Maybe this is why he chose to play with Gondor soldiers. And let's see here, Eomer is making a move against Ecthelion. Let's see, two Orc warriors. Of course Ecthelion hasn't yet clicked them to fight, so they keep going on, which causes him to lose more than half of his troops. But in the meantime he's doing very nice with his heroes. He just lost his Nazgul. Of course Nazguls are a lot weaker than the other versions. And in the meantime I am continuing to harass my opponent. My opponent, of course, is Iluvatar, and of course here I lose my Nazgul as well. But I do manage to grab some extra level ups by destroying Iluvatar's farms. And let's see, Eomer is moving in. Of course Eomer is playing with both of his heroes, both Lurch and Wormtongue. Wormtongue, remember, costs very little, only 800, but he does have some nice powers once you have leveled him up. And in the meantime Scorpion is pushing on Necromancer. Necromancer, of course, is playing solo with archers, so perhaps he will find it hard to defend against Theoden and his Gondor Knights. But here Necro does is catching Scorpion off guard and manages to kill his Theoden. And in the meantime Ecthelion is cornering Eomer, I'm not sure how he managed to destroy all those buildings by Eomer. He did have 2 barracks, and of course Iluvatar had 1 battle tower in front of him. So I'm not sure how he did manage to cause so much damage to Eomer, probably because Eomer has both his heroes and 2 units of spearmen in front attacking. And you can see in the meantime Iluvatar is trying to corner me. We have lots of fights going on here, but I think Eomer, no, he will save his fort at the very last minute. Of course, Ecthelion knows that with the strong armor of Mouth of Sauron, he probably will take it down with his hero. And remember, I thought that those guys being so inexperienced in version 1.0.0, I thought that since we were up against Eomer and Necromancer and of course Iluvatar, I thought it was going to be an easy win for them. But and I did say at the start of the match that I did say to my opponent, to my teammates, excuse me, the Eol clan, I did say to them, if we will win this match, I'm going to give the Eol clan $1 million. I was so positive that we were going to lose this fight, and this is why I said this. But here you can see that things already look so good. We have already taken down Eomer's fortress. Of course he has another builder and he's making some buildings around, but still this game is totally on our favor at the moment. And I was very surprised to how well those guys, the Eol clan, did manage to adjust with version 1.0.0. Like I told you, I have tried many times to play version 1.06 or 1.08, which has currently been released, and I find it very hard to adjust. You can see those guys are making those arrow tower expansions. No one in 1.0.0 uses them. You can see this is 1.06 remnants.
Brace yourselves! We bring spears from Midland.
But still, I was very surprised on how good those guys were able to handle the differences between the 2 versions. And of course, both of them are cooperating very nice. You can see Scorpion is bringing his King Theoden to help Ecthelion's troops. His Orc warriors are a lot stronger with leadership on them. And in the meantime, since my teammates are doing so well, I have managed to push back Iluvatar, who was in my base, and take the fight to his base.
We bring spears from Midland.
Nice catch here by Ecthelion. He managed to kill Necromancer's Thranduil. And Necro is in a lot of trouble here. Look at all those units by Ecthelion. He's spamming really good. Of course he has 4 units of archers. I mean you will never see a player in 1.0.0 playing with so many archers. those guys are doing very good, and more units are coming in from Scorpion. Of course, he's continuing to play with Gondor soldiers. And of course I'm trying to push Iluvatar in his base, trying to destroy his defenses. And also things look very good for me and my army. And yes, the Eol clan has managed to take down Necromancer's fort. Of course, two players have a great advantage in taking down a fortress of only one player. But remember, those guys did work together very nice when it had to be early in the game when they were up against their opponents. And yes, this game is pretty much over. As you can see, the Eol clan has eventually won the match, so I owe them $1 million for their clan. I still owe them the money, I haven't paid them back. But yes, I was very surprised to win such a game because I have told you this again before, Necromancer and Eomer are probably two of the most experienced players in this match, and of course Iluvatar is also an excellent player. And since we were up against, since my teammates were inexperienced in regards of 1-0-0, I thought it would be an easy win for them. But it turned out that everything worked fine. Maybe this was because of our races, I'm not even sure. We were to Mordor against two elves, so perhaps the races were a little bit on their favor, on our opponent's favor. I'm not sure. But yes, anyway, this game is already over. You can see Ecthelion here is making a battle tower to destroy Iluvatar's barracks. 106 tactics. But yes, this game has reached to its end, and yeah, like I told you, I was very surprised to win such a game. And this was of course thanks to my very good and experienced teammates. Thank you guys for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and more videos coming soon.